underway about 2.5 hours ago. As Aubrey kicks it away, Cowboys won the toss, they defer, and Robert Woods on the return. Can't get to the 20.
Have him back in the lineup tonight.
Here is their man, Nico Collins. Flag! Collins is gone, but a flag is down. What a start if it stands.
An eligible man downfield against the offense, number 78.
They've repped this all week. They certainly knew a couple days ago.
This season, and that is just a killer. Here's a handoff
to holding defense, number 58.
5 yards and a first down. Quick snap. Pass to the near sideline and out of bounds.
And we'll get into that as we move through this game.
2nd down and 3. Incomplete.
Not having Jordan Lewis tonight. One of the few bright spots on this team. Not playing tonight either.
3rd down and 3. Former Cowboy Dalton Schultz, first down, Houston. And he's up to the 39-yard line.
Texans fans, they certainly are aware of this. They have continuously been in 3rd and long, so a good sign.
That's Mechie over the heart of the field. Aren't spending a lot of time at the line of scrimmage once they get up there. Hand to Mixon, cut back. Joe Mixon, goodbye. Touchdown, Texans.
Patterson making his 2nd start there at center. He gets Mozzie Smith on skates. And you've got Joe Mixon, who he cuts back. A nice crease there on the backside. Excellent job up front by the offensive line.
Well, an impressive start. They don't get the touchdown on the first play from scrimmage, but they put together a nice drive. Texans on top in Arlington.
Down after the game. Joe?
Yeah, Lisa, well covered by you. And it was, I mean, just, we were thankful, obviously, that nobody was hit by that piece of metal that fell right next to our producer.
All that.
During the return, holding. Receiving team, number 24.
Dowdle gets it.
Same team that they had in 2022, and he's going to need some help tonight.
Here's CeeDee Lamb looking for a block. Breaks one tackle, got a block. And
leading up to the game. Keep an eye on that as we move through the night.
This might be backward. They're going to say incomplete and blow it dead. Could have very well have been a live ball.
Yeah, he was at he was into the 25.
2nd down and 10. Handoff to Dowdle. No room inside. 3rd down and 9. Quick setup, and now the throw and the pass incomplete.
But a disappointing series there for Dallas.
Here's a fake. The pass is caught, but short of first down yardage. 1 for 2 throwing the ball. They tried one in Atlanta, and the pass was incomplete. Good protection. Stroud will take off and dive in, which was 3. So 2nd and 7. Stroud is sacked. Play clock at 1. Stroud under pressure, and the pass dropped off on a screen. But short of first down.
Who's had a nice year.
They pass on the field goal try. Stroud throws, pass picked off. Intercepted. That's Hooker. And Malik Hooker with a much needed takeaway. And he's now turned it over 5 times over the last 4+ games. Rush underneath. He's got his tight end, and
he's standing right there. But if it was on the money, that's a walk-in touchdown.
Here is CeeDee Lamb as they toss it to him, and a nice pickup, another first down.
Here we go.
Blitz coming. Dowdle hit by the blitzer. And
here we go.
Late handoff. They're working Dowdle. Not a lot of room in there. And blitz off the edge. Cowboys pick it up. Pass is picked. Intercepted by Stingley. And out of bounds. And for Stingley, he gets his 2nd of the year. The 2 teams trade picks. Texans take over. Up 7.
former players. They're going to all be sore after the game.
Here is a handoff over the right side to Damian Pierce, second most in the league. On second down, Stroud out of the reach.
With the incompletion, another 3rd and 8.
Flag on the play. Looked like the Cowboys came across early, and here with Houston. Certain 3 now. Quick set up and throw. Collins, first down, Texans.
See whether or not Houston's able to attack him.
This one, Dell with a catch and a flag on the play in the secondary. Yard line of the Cowboys.
Illegal contact, defense. That penalty's declined.
First down. Fake toss, Collins near side, and he's brought down.
4 games, the Texans have not been good in the red zone.
Here's Mixon trying to change that. Teams inside the 20. They run it again. Cut back and short of 3 tight ends in there for Houston. Mixon, first down. Down at the 1.
Because they were pretty anemic a year ago.
Mixon, touchdown.
The runner's ruled down by contact at the 1/2 yard line.
You see the arm is down there.
Tight.
Mixon, a walk-in. Touchdown, Texans. First year with Houston. Big piece of this first-place Texans team, leading by 14. After being extremely durable at the start of his career. Next year he'll be 32 years old. Here's Turpin. He turns on the Jets.
Significant, time will tell, but that's the hope right now, is that he'll come back and be completely healed.
See if the Cowboys can get an answer.
Of the hats that he's asked to wear.
Second down and 7. They're in Texas. 14-0. Houston on top. Dallas a 3rd down when we come back.
That feeling, but every home game has this year. Penalty like that. Come on.
Here we go.
Here's a first down and more. Flag on the play. Turpin is gone. Will it stand? 64 yards and a score.
Hands to the face. Defense number 23. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
It's an outstanding route by Kevontae Turpin. He gets Okudah completely turned around coming off the line. And with the safeties, the way that they were playing, there was just nobody in the middle of the field. He's going to come down here. He comes wide, and it just opens up completely for Turpin then to take it and hit it. And I was going to say it earlier when they record if he keeps doing what he's done up to this point.
Here is Pierce, dropped it, has to go back, still kicking it around, and can't get to the 10. A couple of touchdown runs in this game, and Stroud has started 7 for 10. He's found 6 different receivers. Mixon bounces off tackle.
Mixon. It's a great run backed up on the 8-yard line to get off the, which is the case for a lot of backs. He's not looking too good, but he's rattled off big runs most weeks.
Here's a diving catch they spent together during the offseason. Step late was Parsons. Here's Schultz. Catch. First down. Still on his feet.
And then we haven't even talked about the fact that DeMarcus Lawrence isn't on the field.
Here's a handoff to
him in trying to just shore up all the areas, starting with run defense.
Parsons bearing down on Stroud, who gets it to Mixon. First down. Plus, still rolling. Flag is down. Mixon tripped up.
Personal foul. Illegal low block. Defense number 13. That's a 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. Automatic first down.
A 52-yard pickup in field position.
Yeah, there it is. It was right at the same
to the catch and run. Play action, shoulder fake. Underneath, it's the rookie tight end, Cade Stover.
Cowboys had gotten back in it, thought they had him backed up and could make a stop.
Here's Dell. Overshown can't bring him down, and Dell
of ways.
Toss to Mixon on 3rd and 2. Well played by the Cowboys.
Game a little sloppy for both.
See if, yep, Houston went too early.
Here we go.
Play action. Good protection. CD out to the 45, and now he goes over the middle. That is leaving a moment ago. 2nd and 4. Here's Dowdle, and he's brought down in the backfield.
Couldn't get there in time.
Now 3rd down and 7. Here's a completion for a 1st down.
Tight end, so predominantly 2 backs or 3 wide receivers. They ask a lot of whoever that tight is on the field.
Here's an incompletion.
It's a chance for a pretty good play.
2nd down and 10 as a result. Looking at Lamb first. Dowdle out of the backfield. And well played. Ball is batted down. Aubrey. And Mr. Automatic. But so far it has been no good for the home crowd. Flag flies on the play. Stroud is able to complete.
Offside. Defense, number 11, lined up in the neutral zone.
Where it looked like it was getting away from Dallas, but they hung in there. They forced the field goal. They went down and got their own, and they're keeping it. Offense with Rico Dowdle, he's averaging 1 yard a carry, so not good. Who gets them lined up, and at times they haven't been real good.
Here is Collins. He's not going to get the 1st down. Turpin waiting for it. He's not looking at it. It's over his head and into the end zone.
This drive, which is all they had for the entire game last week against Philadelphia.
Here's Dowdle. You got to give him points for sticking with the run game.
On it because this offensive line could get overwhelmed in a hurry with this pass rush.
They go back to it. Dowdle has got underneath, bobble, but a catch
for Kamari Lassiter down here at the bottom.
Rush looking out that way, and Dowdle with a catch run. 1st down, up team for 139. 1st down just shy of their own 45. This one is floated and
Press, and Kadar Holman's just all over him. Flanoy, who's a relatively inexperienced guy.
Defense number 32.
This defense has them, but they're without 2 of their best. Will Anderson, the pass rusher, and then Kamari Lassiter. They're in his range. I mean, this is 3 points in their pocket right now.
2nd down and 10. Rush.
And this is pretty good.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact. Defense number 0.
Rush looking left, now over the middle. High throw and incomplete for be 63 yards from here. 2nd and 10. CD Lamb takes it inside the 40, and blitz from Petrie. Cowboys pick it up. Pass is caught for the 1st down near the 25.
For everybody that was coming and allowed Cooper Rush to just sit in the pocket and deliver the football.
Throw to the sideline, and the
have to take a shot down into the end zone or down the field.
Rush, Dowdle, throw behind. 3rd down and 9. Rush steps up, takes off, down he goes.
A nice showing here in the first 30 minutes.
40-yard try, hits the upright. Ladies and gentlemen, is his first miss at home as a Dallas Cowboys. This just, oh, he slipped.
Yeah, he sure did. That left plant foot slipped before, and now the Texans still have a timeout. They may be able to come away with something before half. Right here now.
On 2nd down, got push and now incomplete for
earlier this year, and then of course the year that he had last season.
Pressure, overshown.
This guy from the quarterback, and you never want to give up someone in the gap between the center and guard.
Good punt here by Townsend, and a fair catch by Turpin backing up inside the.
This turf put back down yesterday.
Slipping the last time. Opportunity here. Here's Elliott, his first touch. Not much of a pass rush. Underneath. First down, and
I think they take a chance at a 70-yarder.
Rush protected. This is bobbled and trying to make something happen, and they just could not connect here.
Yeah, that's Kadar Holman again, and he never quite gets turned around. Ball trying to back shoulder.
A timeout left. Pressure off the edge. Rush steps through it. Over the middle. It is incomplete.
At all to make, but that was a challenge. Derek Stingley, he's an impressive young.
That's just out of bounds. Ravens next Monday night.
Yeah, he's like Carl Signetti. All he does is win.
Here's a heave downfield, and that will end the half. Just a moment ago after the kick. Fairbairn. Out to the 30, down. All right, Lisa, thank you. Thank you to Mike. He's talking about Jake Ferguson, his starting tight end, who is out with a concussion. Here's Dowdle. 45 and no touchdown. Rush in trouble and sacked. Third down and 13, pressure. CeeDee Lamb, long way to go, won't get there. Pass short of a first down on a fake punt in the first half. We'll let this one fly. Woods on the return. 5-1. That's Dell.
Mentioned earlier in this game, on average, they were near the bottom of the league. 3rd and 8 was the average distance for them tonight. 3rd and 6.
Here's Dell.
And I'd put him up against anybody in football.
Stroud keeps out to his right, looking downfield. He takes off.
Been dealing with your top 2 wide receivers who are out. Mixon missed 3 games earlier in the year.
Out on the edge, Mechie.
Nickel secondary coach in the NFL. They didn't specialize like that back then.
Here's Mix,
the offensive coordinator.
Man, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. 2nd down and 5. It's Nico Collins. Off to the races and down.
We're out there watching this game tonight. This is a good one to watch. Nico Collins just runs an outstanding route coming off the field coming up the field vertically and just breaks it off. And when you have receivers that are getting open like that, then as a quarterback, you're just able to turn the ball loose on time. It helps everybody. It helps the quarterback.
6'4", 222. Great control. Here's a little flip to Schultz. Here is Mixon bouncing it. Diggs, and a flag flies for now.
Holding offense, number 70.
Throughout the season for this offense.
2nd and 18. Stroud breaking tackles. Mechie out of bounds. Mixon can't make the catch. Hard try here by Fairbairn. Here at home, but the offense is hung in there tonight. Little push pass to CeeDee Lamb, gets some blocks. Looking left and now coming back to. We shall see on 2nd down and 10. Good protection, and the pass is caught.
CeeDee Lamb. If not, you come underneath that, and you've got that opening in the middle of the field.
Here is Deuce Vaughn. Petrie on the stop. 2nd and 7. Fake the handoff. Brevin Spanford came in with 2. Over the first 9 games, Rush keeps. Passes behind. Here's one for Lamb. End zone shot not there. And incomplete with Stingley, and they're going to throw a flag. And Lamb had to play defense and interfere.
Pass interference, offense, number 88. It's a 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
You see Stingley, he's the wide receiver right here, and yeah, there's the hook. Didn't affect him at all.
Rush backpedaling.
When you get two guys like them, boy, it frees up a lot of things that you can do.
Rush to the sideline for Lamb, and it's nearly.
He's done a good job creating takeaways, and he's lucky on that one.
64-yard try by Aubrey. He's got it.
Personal foul. Head slap. Defense number 95. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Russell?
I'm looking for
right
95. There it is.
Yep.
That's a head slap.
And gives the Cowboys a first down at the 31 because of the head slap. Here's Tolbert. First down inside the 20. Rush just able to get it.
You start just taking little things for granted and getting the snap, and he's trying to get out, read the coverage, and go where he's.
Rush picked and dropped.
Year, and he reads it, sees the route, knows exactly what's coming. I mean, he had everything out in front of him as well.
A break for the Cowboys and Cooper Rush. Lamb, he got both feet in.
It's a great job by CeeDee Lamb, just knowing where he is on the field and tapping his toes and getting them in.
Catch was good.
It was good, and you'd like to think, hey, can you push that a little bit? But
Rush, flag, pass incomplete. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense number 86. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is first down, Houston.
The Houston Texans 3 points as the Cowboys can't convert on fourth down.
but they're still down 2 scores.
Second down and 5, and a good job by.
That's you're playing to win.
No doubt. Third down and 5. Cowboys showing blitz. They brought Wilson. Stroud is able to complete to Dell.
C.J. Stroud, he's just navigating the pocket and is able to find Dell once he comes out of it.
Quick snap. Pass caught by Schultz. And they won't. To the fourth quarter we go. Second down and 3 when we started. Back and forth game. Texans, Cowboys. Opportunities missed on each side. Texans by 10 after 3. Not on my fantasy team. No.
I mean, that was quite an afternoon.
Here's Mixon down in inches. The throw to the sideline is broken up. Here's the punt by Townsend. Over the head of Turpin. Flag on the play. And ball is sitting at the 7.
There's no foul for holding on the play. It'll be first down.
Rush. CeeDee Lamb. What a throw and catch.
This time they do not to Holman. It's one-on-one with CeeDee Lamb. It's a really nice throw, and CeeDee being able to make a play on it. But they got the look that they were hoping for, backed up. They get a big play.
For CeeDee
was, and now that opens up a lot of what they can do offensively with another flag.
Flag on the play. Ineligible man downfield continues.
Illegal shift. Offense. Number 88 never got set.
Dowdle has a little room. Second and 6. Rush. Ball knocked out of his hand and ends up in the arms of Guyton. He gets it knocked out by Petrie, and the return for the touchdown by Derek Barnett. The defensive score.
Well, one-on-one with Derek Barnett, and he comes in, makes the play, and then he's also able to get it after it bounces around and run it in.
So Barnett forced the first fumble. Then Guyton gets it. Here's Barnett's play, who he ends up with a touchdown. Guyton gets it, and Petrie knocks it out of his arm. And there's Barnett staying with it, and he gets the touchdown. of his head coach, D'Amico Ryans. A shake of the head for Mike McCarthy, and now a 17-point game. Right hand of Cooper Rush. Passing. Whoa!
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 5. It's a 15-yard penalty, out of the end of play, automatic first down.
You can hear the Texan fans.
Petrie comes in, and yeah, I mean, it was a vicious hit, and I see what the officials saw, but it was legal in my mind. Wow. Hard to believe it wasn't, because that was violent.
Elliott in the backfield. Pressure. Passes nearly picked.
Schoonmaker or not, but Stingley was right there to make a play. Yeah, it didn't look like he got a hand on. Been able to capitalize on.
It's 3rd down and 10. 4-man rush. Pass incomplete.
Anything down the middle is where you want to try to work it.
4th down and 10. Got to get rid of it. Flag on the play. Cooper stays upright and is able to complete to Flanoy.
It appears it'll be holding.
Holding, offense, number 76.
He's in there and fumbled the last time the Cowboys had it, so they went to Richards at tackle. Try to get a word as to what's been causing problems all night tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. Fair catch by Woods. They went on to win 10 games, won the division, won a playoff game, and then lost in Baltimore in the divisional round. Here's Stroud. He's done a little more of this. And
Congratulations, Josh Allen and Sean McDermott and that organization, but you know, they haven't been great this year offensively. It's a struggle for a 17-game season.
Here's Collins trying to make the catch before it hits the deck, and the catch is good. Just how good he is here tonight as he got his arms underneath it.
Yeah, and how much they've missed him. And they get up, hurry up once again. They're going to take a look at it. It's that C.J. Stroud's had tonight.
And as you said, they've had to reshuffle.
Dallas is challenging the ruling on the field.
They overturned the call and said it was an incomplete pass. Hurt on that play where he fumbled on the hit by Petrie. Stroud underneath. He's got Schultz and a good strong tackle. But he has been in the Houston backfield all night. Good coverage and knocked away. Wanye Thomas.
That was really good coverage, Wanye Thomas, because they spread him out, and there's.
Texans still don't have an offensive touchdown in this second half, so that streak continues for now. In from San Francisco last year. Here, if you want to put him there. 2nd down and 4, and a sack right up the gut.
And he just gets overextended, lunges, and Tim Settle just goes right past him. But that was not Zach Martin that we know.
Here is Rush making it happen. And
he was that. Nobody ever talked about how tough he was because he never told anybody he was hurt. A lot of people wouldn't have gotten out of bed with the injuries he had.
Here's Ezekiel Elliott. Almost a month in this stadium for either the home team. Jones has been benched for New York in favor of Tommy DeVito. Here's a pass behind. This will be Cooper Rush's 50th attempt if he gets it away, and he cannot.
Pass rush. And if Cooper had some time, he had CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee won big on the route.
Here's Autry getting through. 5th sack of the night for Houston, 2nd for Hunter. Multiple tackles for loss. Cowboys from a year ago, and it's not a great snapshot. Here's Mixon left side, gets it on the toss, and is down.
They've had to shuffle some things, and the second week now with this same group has helped them also.
Mixon over 100, 2nd down and 9. Mixon again.
There they go.
And flags come out as the two teams go out on the edge here.
That's Laramie Tunsil.
And
personal dead ball, personal foul, defense number 13, number 35, and number 58, and number 7. Personal foul, offense, number 78. All those fouls offset.
Parsons chasing Stroud, the pass to Mixon.
Coming out.
And now flags stop this play.
Twelve men on the field. Defense. It was half the distance to the goal.
By week 14. Mixon, touchdown, Texans.
A little different as far as how active they were in free agency, but nothing has gone the way that
Guys just take a step up. That really hasn't happened. They underappreciated or under
contract extension after he had done that. It's hard to imagine he'll get one now.
Turpin.
Don't encourage us.
Turn out the light.
I could have used a cocktail in about the third quarter.
That's it. Third quarter.
Yeah.
Brevin spanned forward with it. He's a young guy that's got a big arm but has a lot of learning to do, and I would imagine at some point the difference is
yeah, no, I couldn't disagree more, or I couldn't agree more with what you just said.
Here's Turpin with a first down.
Aggressive this offseason, and rightfully so when you've got a quarterback playing on his rookie contract.
Here's Mingo, and incomplete.
I think there were a lot. There's Nick Caserio right there. I think he made a lot of good moves that have helped this football team.
They got to the playoffs last year, but just getting there is not going to be good enough for D'Amico Ryans. He wants to go deep, and why not? As Troy said, why not us? It's a win for the Houston Texans, 34-10. Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide coming up after this game on ESPN. Send it to Scott Van Pelt.